Hi friends, Sam here with Happily Hooked. So today we are filming in a little bit different of a spot. This is my craft room because today we are talking about your whips and how you store them. So every Tuesday, Shauna over in our makers group talks about a Tip Tuesday. This week it was how do you store your whips, how do you keep track of them, and all of my whips are down here in my craft room, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, just in case you didn't know, to become a part of our members group, you do have to be a subscriber to Happily Hooked magazine, and you can do that in the link down in the description. We totally want you to come join us. There are thousands of us in there who love yarn just as much as you do, and we want to talk to you about all of our favorite things. Alright, so let's get into how I store my whips. They're all right in front of me, and how I keep track of them. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different, like I said in the beginning of a video, because I want to show you guys, I only brought 3 whips out. I've got a ton of them, but I wanted to kind of show you how I keep them organized and what I do to keep them organized. So, for example, I have 3 different ones here. They're in 3 different bags. So this is a cardigan I'm working on, this is a knit blanket that I'm working on, and this is a different cardigan that I'm working on, a Tunisian one. So I keep them in bags. That's the main way that I organize all of my whips. And I have some baskets that I use too, but mainly they just each go in their own project bags. So this one for my cardigan that I'm working on, so I have my yarn in here, my project is right here, and then I keep my crochet hook in my bag. So that way I know which size I'm working on and which hook I'm using for it, because I have so many going on at one time. My hook stays in my bag, and then I also, as I work on these projects, I take pictures of them on my phone, so I can, if for some reason I needed this crochet hook for another project, I can look and see which size I used. You could probably also keep like a little paper in one of the packages or the pockets. The same for my knit blanket. So I have my next color in here that I'm using, and then my knit blanket, it stays on my knitting needles. So I'll finish a row and it'll just stay on my knitting needles, and that way I don't lose it. And then the same for my Tunisian. So this is in its own little bag. And then I open it up and it is on its Tunisian hook. So it's there all the way at the end, and it's got its stopper here, but I keep it on my hook. It's just easier for me to keep track of them that way, because I do work on so many at once, and that way I don't forget what I'm doing or where I'm at. And then all of my patterns are in a binder, and that's how I keep track of them on my patterns. So I'm super curious, how do you keep track of your projects? How do you keep track of, do you have a bunch of them going on at once? Just leave that in the comments for me below, and then yeah, we will be back here next Friday with our Tip Friday. All right, have a great weekend, guys. Bye.